careful because even big rocks can come loose. Gotta test them first. Kind of like testing ice. Shade here. It's nice to take a little shade when you can get it. Help you conserve more water than you think versus just sitting in the bare sun. All right, let's check this out. Well, that's quite a knob up there. Interesting to go to someday. Here's somebody's marker. Nature didn't do that. Again, no idea why. It looks like it's been there a while. For some reason, it strikes me that way. And a lot of times, the older stuff, they'll leave light underneath it, an eye, you know, to catch your eye from a distance. So that's always something to look for, as something being older, if they intentionally left some light coming through it, because it'll wink at you even if there's, you know, this whole set of rocks is in shade or far away. You'll still see maybe that little light eye. Yeah, you can see some faulting through here for sure. Okay, let's get up there real quick. But that's kind of small for an older marker. Usually the serious stuff is engine block size, not little rocks. Little rocks are mostly modern. Lazy. Life used to be hard. Used to be no signs on the interstate. There was no interstate, so you'd have to make something obvious and big, because you've come through hundreds of miles of wilderness and seen all kinds of variations in nature. So you'd have to make something real distinct, or else you go right by it because you've seen 100 like it in the past month. A little noise. Okay. See the angle of the formation here, but this is at a different angle. This is a little more flat. Interesting. So there's a monument, but you know, who knows? Some people call that a Tanit, maybe, which is an ancient symbol. This is a pretty populated area. Has been since Coronado came up the river. So who knows? That kind of thing looks a little precarious for the old ones, because the old ones needed stuff to last. You're gonna die, and your great-grandson was gonna come from Spain or wherever and need to find it. So that's just a little too vulnerable to wind and animals and snow. So again, that's why I think engine block size stuff is mostly what's definitive. All right. Yeah, it's still kind of cool though. Whether it's a new ager or not, looks like they might have camped here, or more likely, this doesn't look like campfiring, somebody buried their pet here. Is exactly what this is. I hate to disabuse anybody of any notions of, you know, antiquity here, but this clearly looks like a pet burial, and hope they must have liked their pet to put it clear up here like that. Sometimes you look for pottery shards just to tell you if it's a area where those people have been hanging out in the past. In this country, it'd be pinon nuts they're gathering. Probably would draw them this high up the mountain with a clay pot. Otherwise, why would you come up here? Unless you're a modern person with access to infinite calories and lots of leisure time. Yeah, fall summit. Well, we'll get a Vista and call it for the day here. Kind of nice. Yeah, that little valley looks like it's worth checking out, and sort of a rocky ridge there could be an intrusive. Definitely laying in a totally different plane to that high ridge of limestone. So geology's moved some stuff around in there. Head of a canyon up there's got a big old boulder in it with the sun on it. Trees look like they're already changing or bug kill, but that'd be an interesting spot. Same with those big rock spires up there. Whew. Okay. Yeah. These are some big mountains. That's why they could be hiding stuff. And they're rugged. So, and there was lots of occupation and activity here in the region. Oh, well, here's something for you Bigfoot folks. There's a tree it threw down the mountain. Now, I think that just rotted and snapped midpoint in a wind. But I'll look for stuff like that too and consider it. I got friends who are into all that. Here, I'll help Mr. Cactus here. Here, buddy. That stick out of your way. Make some pretty flowers next year. Sotolls. Sometimes they call this Mormon tea, I think. It's got a ephedra in it. Might be the stuff. I'm used to it growing down lower. Looks a little more bush-like here, or tree-like. Got thick wood. Well, bueno, I think this might be it. far as today goes, obviously the mountain keeps going, but I got time. There's a jay in the tree. I got time as a factor today, so we're gonna call this bingo fuel and get back to thermostats and roofs and all that kind of stuff, you know. Nice and quiet up here today, though, except for me. Some little guy's been eating seed pods. That looks fresh. Take a different route down, but not till I get lower. Don't want to get too far off.